man, this is really living.
We're committed to the art and nothing can stop us. Not even a train, plane, tractor, all of us as we feel the rhythm inside the marrow of our bones.
Alright guys, I'm back again. Hey, I'm going to show you guys a few things here real quick because things are really getting active really quick. I'm not really quite sure what to think about it yet, or even what I'm seeing. So I'm just going to jump into it. I'll probably get another video in tonight also, depending on what happens here. But what we're looking at here, guys, this is space weather. Okay, I take you guys here often. Right now they're saying the solar wind speed's 485 on this site. Is what it's saying. Okay. Now we can go down here and look. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? I mean, it's at a 2, the KP, which is low. It's not even active. Okay, that's geomagnetic activity. In other words, we're not having a geomagnetic storm. Okay? So, what I'm about to show you, I'm having a hard time justifying what I'm seeing. Okay? It's very odd. Okay, now I was looking at this, and this kind of does help explain some of the stuff. But if you guys look at the yellow line, like I've showed you guys before, yellow's velocity, which is solar wind speed. Orange is the density. Okay, both of those come into play always. Okay, I've explained that before. If you throw a heavier ball at 5 miles an hour, it's going to hurt more than if you throw a lighter ball at 5 miles an hour. Right? That's a very basic description there. But what I'm finding interesting is, if you guys can see, and this is where it gets kind of sketchy for me, okay? Because I was trying to figure out what the heck is going on with our magnetopause models, because they just started going crazy out of nowhere. All right? Now, you see the yellow line. You see how there's no static above, like, you know, dots or what have you, or below, until you get about halfway down. Okay, it's around 5-6 o'clock UTC time this morning. Okay, it happened across the board. If you guys look at this, okay, there was no, I'm just going to call it static for right now. But what those are plot points for each time frame. So at that specific time, that's what the speed actually was. That little dot. It's hard to get precise on this, but as you can tell, there's no static there until about 4 or 5, and all of these are like that. Okay, I'll draw a line for you guys so you guys can kind of understand what I'm talking about. From that way to the left, there's no static anywhere, right? But from that way to the right, there's dots going on. It's not really static, I'm just using that word for this. But look at the phi angle, the blue, okay? And again, I'm not going to go into phi angle because it's just such a huge subject. I will be doing stuff in the future on that. I'm actually still trying to understand it the best that I can right now. I don't feel comfortable trying to tell people what that actually is yet, and what it can do, and what it's actually, you know, showing us. But as you can tell, it wigged out right there. It spiked here. Okay? But again, nothing behind this line. So something happened right there. Our conditions changed for whatever reason right there. Now, again, if you look at the speed, it says between 400 and 600, which, you know, I'm looking at some of this stuff right here, and it's, you know, that's not high winds, guys. It's just not. The density isn't very high. Obviously, you can see that. It's running at about a 5, 6, and below. Now, these little dots are saying that at that particular time, that raised. That's why we're seeing dots all over the place there. It's not staying consistent, is what I'm saying. So, if you look close enough right here. See those two little dots? That means at that timestamp, the solar wind spiked that high. Just for a second. Okay, that's between 1,000 and 1,200 kilometers per second, guys. That's extremely fast. Okay, extremely fast. Now, if we were getting solar winds like that, it wouldn't just be a little boop and done, like this showed. Okay, this is most likely either coming from a reaction from the Planet X system interacting with the sun, because, and I'll show you something here in a second, or it could be cosmic rays, cosmic energy. But here's what they were predicting. Okay, this is their predictive model. Okay, so right now it is about 3/4 of the way through on the 14th. So we're just going to call it the 14th just for whatever reason. Right? The green line here, guys, is where Earth's conditions are. That's conditions at Earth. So the radial velocity, which is the solar wind speed, according to this graph, even if you follow it all the way through, it ain't getting nowhere near. It's barely breaking 400. Okay? And if you look at the top, the density, it's not doing nothing either. There's nothing crazy going on here. So what is happening to our magnetosphere right now? So I'm going to show you guys something, okay? I'm going to show you because they're saying that, according to their models here, nothing should really be going on. So, and, you know, again, sometimes when we see those spikes, these tools cannot detect the source. Okay, these tools I'm showing you, they think it's all solar wind. Charged particles, that's what it sees. Okay? But it can't tell you where those charged particles came from. It just can't do it. So, what do we do, right? Well, if we can't point to the sun, because we can't, you know, right now I'm going to take you guys back, and I'm going to take you to, let's just go to the 193 angstrom. As you can tell on this one, even right now, there are no coronal holes. Okay? Except for on the poles like there always is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back 3 days. Okay? Today's the 13th. I'm going to go back to, well, I'm not sure if we can get a capsule. Yeah, see, that's another thing. The SDO was down on the 10th. A lot of the day on the 10th. So we're going to check and see what we can get here. Let's just apply that. Yeah, it let us. Okay. It gives us a capture. Now, if you look at this, the Earth strike zone is here. Okay, this is the equator of the sun. So just south of the equator is where the Earth would be. There are some small little coronal holes. Okay? But man, there's nothing here that's telling me that we should be seeing what we're seeing, especially the duration now. Because this is happening, I thought, well, if it just happened once or twice, okay, a small coronal hole could cause it. But now we're talking like half a day. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you and show you guys the pause here. So I'm going to pause real quick. Alright guys, I'm back. Got these loaded up for you guys. Now, listen guys. Okay? This right here is going to show you that it's not all solar wind. Okay? Because I just showed you the sun. There was no coronal holes that's going to cause what I'm getting ready to show you. Alright? So, I ain't saying it can't contribute to it. But what I'm seeing is just too many waves for too long a duration that are too strong. Okay? So, I'm going to just drag this bar here. Okay? And there's our little compression, rapid expansion. Okay? Like I talk about all the time. Now, look at this energy coming through here. These are waves, guys. These are waves of energy coming through here. Okay? There's a hard hit. See how far we compressed? Then we expand back out. Obviously, we're doing it again. Okay? Now, every once in a while, you'll catch a... See that little blip? Right there. Okay? You'll catch these. When you see those, what that's doing is that's energy hitting our shields and going up and over top of the Earth. It's basically... this is a two-dimensional model, but we're looking down, right, onto the Earth. Sun's over here. So this energy hits our shield and basically goes over top and then out the back. You can see it if you know what to look for. See how it does that? Okay, another wave. See that? Okay. Compression. We're getting hit constantly. Look at that. Okay. That right there is one heck of a hit. That is into our satellite line. The satellite line is the dotted line. Okay. If you look here, let's see here, the GOES 14 is over here right now. So thank God. Because if it was over there, we may have went into safe mode. Okay. So anyway, you're going to see, and then I can almost tell you right now, it's going to rapid expansions coming real quick after this hit. See it start going out almost immediate. Okay, and look, boom, back out. Now what I'm telling you guys is these waves are coming so close to each other that our magnetopause is not having enough time to react back to the second one right behind it. And a third one, and so on and so forth. Look at this. Okay, boom. Boom, look at that. Okay, this right there, that is one heck of a hit. Okay, I don't know what is, I mean, like I said, guys, this could be cosmic rays. It's probably a little bit of both. But I truly believe it's because our Planet X object is reacting with the sun, causing this to come this way like it is right now. And why am I saying that? Well, I got some other stuff to show you. Look at this, guys. Look at that. I mean, that's intense, guys. I would be watching for earthquakes right now, here in the next few hours, day or so. Upticks on all of that. Getting hit after hit. Look at that. Look at that compress again. See again, watch. I'll go forward. Compress, back out just a touch. Doesn't even have enough time to compress all the way back out. Then we get hit again. Okay? That's what weakens our shields enough. Sometimes it lets stuff through because it doesn't have enough time to get back out there to protect you. Oh, Lord. Look at that. Wow. Whoa. Okay? This is my point. Now I'm going to show you guys something. This right here just kind of shows it. We got hit with a wave, then we got hit with that second one, which is what caused this, right? We expanded back out. Look. See that? That's what happens. Okay, anything that made it past this yellow pressure right here, most definitely made it through. Okay? That's just my opinion. But I can tell you right now, what we're seeing on these models is not coming from the sun. At least in my opinion. I'm seeing nothing to show me that it's coming from the sun. Now, it is coming from the direction of the sun, which is telling me that it's probably the Planet X object reacting with the sun. It's both of it, right? It's having the... And why am I saying that? Why am I so confident this time about it? Because there was a CME. It illuminated our object, okay? I mean, it's there. It caused all that CME stuff I was showing you in the past few videos. It was caused, that was the Planet X object right there, guys. It was. Right when we said it would be. Okay, you seeing all this? Wave after wave. Wave after wave. Okay? And I'm going to skip out of this. I mean, it just keeps coming. Now, I'm going to show you something real quick too here before I get you off of this particular... I really want to show you... I want you guys to look up here. This is the solar wind speed. See how it's hanging around 400 and it goes up to 500 when we get hit? 400. Guys, it gets up to 1,000 something. Okay, that's extremely fast. When the solar wind speed's going at 1,000, it doesn't matter how big the particle is. It's gonna affect our magnetopause. Okay? I mean, obviously it matters a little bit, but you see that big hit? I mean, just look at this. This is ridiculous. I mean, I know we've seen hits like this before, but one right after the other without anybody saying that any of this stuff was coming. Man, that's some red flags in my book. I can't see. Got to 1017 right there just a second ago. And, you know, I'm going to pause it right here. Look at that. Wow, did you see that? That was one heck of a signature. Wow. Now, look at this. Do you see how this green stayed in contact right there? Almost like this energy got funneled right into us. Man, I've seen a lot of weird stuff on these models before, but what we're seeing, oh, wow, what is that? I'm sorry, guys, I don't mean to be like dumbfounded here, but this is, wow. It's almost as if we just pushed energy out big time. Wow, man. Okay. I don't know what to make of that one, guys. That's just, in my opinion, that's very, very symmetrical. So it had to come from one center point and go out in all directions. If it wasn't symmetrical, I wouldn't say that. But look at that. I've never seen and then look at the next. It's a wave coming through there. See? See how it keeps going back? But for it to do, and then look, we started seeing this a while back too. See this red right here creeping in? That is evidence of our shield starting to break down a little bit. Okay? It's intense heat. It's trying to push back right there. And this isn't stopping, because this is all I can show you. This is the end of the date, right? So I'm going to pause again for a second. Okay, guys, this is the other MagnetoPause model. This is where I go when I want to double check that other model, make sure it ain't giving us crazy stuff that's not legit. This is confirming everything we were just looking at. Okay, you're going to see this thing start acting crazy. Look at it. I mean, this is some intense stuff. Look at it, just boom, boom, boom. It peels back. I mean, it does all kinds of. Did you see that? Like it almost hesitated. Reason why it looked like it hesitated is because it was wave right behind wave. Okay, I took some video of this earlier too. We can't go back and look at archives of this model. It just doesn't let us do it. But look at the density model here. Okay. I mean, look at that. Wow. It's just, I don't know what to think about this because they weren't saying any of this was going to happen. Now, mind you, we're not under a geomagnetic storm. All this means is our magnetosphere is getting hit with some energy. Okay? Now, where's that energy coming from? It's not coming from the sun. Okay? So, yeah, you see that? Alright, this is the pressure model. Now, watch this thing. I mean, it's just wave after wave. Boom. I mean, it's just like, look at that. Boom, boom. Just like, the ones I was getting earlier was even actually a little bit more intense. Wow. So, what does that mean? I don't know. I don't. Like I said, all I can do is just tell you what I see. I'll take you over to seeds and I'll show you what I was talking about. I already showed you guys this CME, but this thing is updated now. It does show another CME right behind it. See that? And right there, Scott sent me over a pic. He's seen it too. Right there in the middle, you can see where our object was there. Okay, perfect sphere. I mean, just perfect sphere. Look at that. Okay, then the secondary explosion afterwards. So probably what's happening is, guys, is our object's hanging around about right here. It's reacting with the sun, caused this CME, and then electromagnetically some of that energy charged over towards us. Okay, that's just my opinion. The CME itself did not come Earth facing, so there's nothing to worry about there. Okay, but we could still get effects from it. Just, yeah. So yeah, guys, I mean, I don't know what else to say. That was just some very intense stuff. So, oh, I know what I'll do here real quick for you. We've seen that solar wind speed Well, it was calling it solar wind speed. We've seen it, and it was 1,017, okay, kilometers per second. We'll convert that to miles per hour and see what we get. 2.27 million miles per hour. That's fast. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to show that to you guys. I'll pick you up some laundry detergent there. Anyway, guys, God bless. I'll come back with another video later if I see some more stuff. She was saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.